Hello, 8th grade. As most of you may know, I'm Emily Tingler. Let's be honest, middle school sucks. Well, it did. We're all in our awkward stages, like going through puberty, and that alone is hard enough, not having to mention the ups and downs of middle school, along with trying to balance good grades. It's hard. Most importantly, though, middle school is the time that we were all figuring out who we were or who we wanted to be. Just think, when we were in 5th grade, we were so excited and scared to come to middle school, and now all we want to do is leave. This pandemic really did some damage to our 8th grade year. We missed out on a lot of things like field trips, 8th grade formal, 8th grade picnic, and a boatload of memories. However, there were some positives to the pandemic, like as 7th graders, we missed out on a bunch of end of the year tests that we got to skip, along with not having to wake up early. Along with the memories, I have also learned some very valuable life lessons. I have learned to never judge a book by its cover and to try new things because you never know what you may or may not like. But the most important thing that I've learned these past 3 years was taught to me by Mr. Samweedy, and that is to always find something to laugh at along with always smile. Middle school will soon be behind us, and with that comes change. Personally, I don't like change, but this is not something that we can avoid. High school is approaching, and that is a new adventure. New friends, new teachers, new classes, and new opportunities. Some things will stay the same though, like having that one teacher that you don't like and they don't like you, or the super hard tests and the easy ones. But let's hope the drama doesn't follow us to high school because let's face it, it's super childish. High school is the next step to growing up. Moving on from the memories and friends will be hard, but it will only make us a better person in the long run. I am sure many of you will miss this school and the memories it has brought us, as will I. In closing, I leave you with a quote from Madeline Albright, which is, "Have the wisdom to recognize the best in others while always demanding the best in yourself." Congratulations, 8th grade, we did it, even in a pandemic.
Hi, Stemmers Run Middle School. This is Ms. Boyd, the International Baccalaureate Program Coordinator. During this portion of the awards program, we will highlight top achieving IB students. Each year, teachers and staff from your grade select high achieving students that demonstrate IB excellence in various ways throughout the entire school year. Some examples of these characteristics are applying effective learner strategies, evaluating using worldly and critical and creative thinking skills, management of time and task, transferring knowledge and skills in new contexts, and finally, application of the learner profile traits. The following students have been selected for the 2020-2021 school year. In 8th grade, we would like to recognize Adam Barilla, Hamza Chaudhry, and Isabel Crucify as our top Excellent Award recipients. Congratulations.
Over these past 3 years, we have all created memories, friendships, made some mistakes, and just when it started to feel like we knew exactly what we were doing, middle school, well, is already over. Given the bittersweet nature of that statement, which provides excitement to some of us, whereas anxiety to others, we have come to realize that either way, saying farewell to middle school will not be an easy task. While yes, it will be difficult, I feel that all of us should focus on the fun times we had here, whether they be things we did with our friends or activities we were a part of. There is no reason to feel compelled to just turn away from all of these things, but even so, there's so much more to look forward to that will come with going to high school. We all got through this monster in middle school and have actually come to enjoy it. So, what is the guarantee that the same will not happen later down the road? With that being said, every field trip, after school club, lunch bunch, pep rally, and so many other events were the sources of these fond memories. And it's important to look back at those moments with contentment rather than regret about how they have passed. For me, back in seventh grade, my friends and I made a whole joke about how I was going to release some sort of mystery album, and we made a whole scenario up about how I was an actual singer who was Australian. One of my friends was the CEO of this company that I was signed to, and others were my producers and such. And since I was supposed to be Australian, we all would talk to each other in our trashy Australian accents. Again, mostly due to mine, but you know, even some of my teachers were in on it. And looking back at it now, that's really something that I won't forget. However, I'm not letting the fact that I will be seeing some of these friends in high school upset me, as I know there's no point in doing that. Every single one of us should cherish these exact types of things we did, and utilize these moments as something to make this transition smoother. Apart from that, high school will hold so many more opportunities for us, and that is something to look forward to. Think about it. A large number of us are going to a school based on an interest in something particular. And even for those who aren't, high school in general will open so many more doors for you. Gaining a fresh start will allow us to explore what we like, all while being surrounded by new friends, classmates, and teachers alike. I know this is a cause of anxiousness as well, and I get it. But to answer the question I posed earlier, what is the guarantee that the same will not happen later down the road? The moment we stepped into middle school, we all had these same exact fears. Let's face it. But look at us now. We have all made new friends, and we have had a good time in the end. This new journey will be paved by us and solely by us, just as the case was 2 years ago, and I know for a fact that we have all made something out of it. If we are capable of overcoming these troubles all so easily once, we can surely do it again. All in all, I think we can all agree that middle school was quite the journey for all of us. The new friendships we formed, the field trips we went on, the random teacher yelling down the hall, or the drama that would always unfold right before every winter break. Despite the fact that this is all coming to an end, we are also beginning something new. And honestly, it's so strange to think that in just a matter of a few years, among us, there are future valedictorians, class presidents, captains of sports teams, and so many more titles. This is our near future, guys, and I know that every single one of us will set out to attain something that is meaningful. Yes, yeah, we still have a long way to go, but keep in mind that you do not have to dwell on the past and sadness, but instead look back at it and have a laugh. Memories like the ones we have made these past few years will stick with us as something positive, and we will all make even more memories in high school. We will all discover something about ourselves. We will manage to do something that we are proud of, and I'm sure of it. Middle school may not be the biggest milestone to ever cross, but it is most definitely a stepping stone towards the major ones. Remember, this transition will be challenging. We can all admit that. More than the ones we have come across. But I know for a fact, and I know you know, that every single one of us will cross it. And you know you can.
Who would have ever guessed that a virus would have changed our middle school experience in a blink of an eye? I don't think any of us. We didn't get to have our typical last year of middle school. This year was filled with many uncertainties, but we did it. We made it through, and we are finishing our middle school years stronger than ever. Now we are moving on to high school and bringing with us all the amazing memories we created here at Stemmers Run. We didn't get to have a full 2 years in 7th and 8th grade. Many of us were virtual for a majority of the time. It was a very rough patch in my life and in all of our lives. We were all going through very personal things, and on top of that, we had to make high school decisions that would affect our future. Although it was a hard year, we still managed to make friendships and memories with the time we had in middle school. We met many new people and created so many more memories, like going to Camp Putak in 6th grade. And I remember talking about how the lunch there was so much better than school lunch. Many of us went to Dorney Park that same year, and just the ride to the amusement park was really fun. I remember even getting on some rides by myself. Not to mention the clubs here are amazing, and I've met so many new people. I even got to come to school on this Saturday, and we got to play hide and seek in the hallways, and it was pitch black, almost like a scary movie, and everyone was scaring each other, but that was a day I will never forget. And through all these tough times, middle school has made us who we are today and what we represent at Stemmers Run. We've matured a lot from 6th grade, from when we were struggling to open lockers to when we were trying to navigate the school. Finally, we're here today because we made it. We made it past all the very difficult assignments that we procrastinated on and the final exams we thought we couldn't do. We're moving forward to high school, and some of us may have to drift away from each other and grow apart, but we all have an amazing future ahead of us and different goals. These 3 years of middle school went by very quickly, and even after all these stressful times, we managed to create not only friendships, but a family and a community here at Stemmers Road Middle School.
As you know already, the class of 2025 is moving to high school. I thought I would never see the day that I actually finished middle school. Even though middle school is really only 3 years, it felt like 10. 10 years of happiness, 10 years of friendships, 10 years of stressful situations, and overall 10 years of amazing memories. But if you focus too much on your past, you will never say hello to your future. Even though you were comfortable in the same school with your same friends, you have to take a leap once in a while, and that's what high school is all about. High school is one step closer to your dreams, your future, and you should embrace it and do everything you can to be successful. High school is where you find yourself, find amazing friends, and grow as a human. So don't be afraid, your future's waiting. Let me start with your social life and a basic fact. Friends come and go. You will never have all the same friends from elementary, middle, or high school. Well, at least the chances are very rare. Research shows that having great friends is as good for you as getting regular exercise and staying at a healthy weight. That's why it's important to put yourself out there. Everyone will be in the same boat, so make that extra gesture and gain enough courage to talk to people. I remember the orientation of 6th grade, the first time I've ever stepped foot in Stemmers Run, and the first time I have seen the people I would spend 3 years of my life with. I remember being so scared and overwhelmed. I was afraid I would not make friends, I was afraid the work would be too hard, and I was even afraid of little things like opening my locker and getting lost in the school. I felt like a small fish in the big sea. I always used to think, what if no one likes me, and how will I get through all the work? But as you adapt and gain new relationships, it all works out in the end. All of your fears and worries go away. Trust me, I've been there. In a way, it is very comforting knowing you grow up and go through very important changes with all of your friends. You understand what each other is going through, and it's almost like your siblings. You argue and complain about each other, but in the end, you are always grateful for each other. In high school, it's the same thing. But it's just like you're in a new family and getting new siblings. And yes, of course, it is sad leaving all of your friends. But I would think of it as getting a new branch on your life tree or turning a new page in a book. For any upcoming 6th, 7th, or even 8th graders, a very important and one of the main lessons you should know is to enjoy the small things. Enjoy the long fire drills on a hot day where you want to go back inside, but you stand there and talk to people around you. Enjoy the hilarious moments at the lunch table where you're about to fall off your seat from laughing so hard. I will especially miss that. Enjoy walking to class with your friends and having a funny conversation. Enjoy putting your locker combination and getting it the first try. Enjoy joking around with the teachers, and overall, enjoy the people and surroundings around you. We are the generation of change. We make our future. We have to take great leaps of faith. That's just life. And you choose which path you want to take.
Just like that. Just like that. The rug was pulled from underneath your feet. Just like that. You were told you weren't going to be returning to school. You were given a certain day to return to pick up all of your personal belongings. Just like that. You could no longer go anywhere in public without covering your face. Just like that. You couldn't go to any of your favorite places to hang out with family and friends because everything was closed. Just like that. You couldn't think of anything to do in order to have fun during the summer. You received information for the following school year saying you would return to virtual learning. You quickly had to think about how you would adjust to your environment and whatever was going on around you in order to stay focused for school. You had to think about, how am I going to accomplish classroom lessons, being on virtual learning? How am I going to accomplish staying focused and not wanting to be on my phone and still be at home? It is easier to do that from school than it is to do it at home. Just like that. Just like that, you were told a couple of months into school, you had to switch your computer and adapt to the Chromebook. Just like that. Just like that, you were given several months into school, you were given the opportunity to come to school and adjust to whatever the schedule was that your school chose to use. Just like that. So many of you were able to roll with the flow and make the best of things, maintaining A's and B's throughout all of this process. So for some of you, it was a little bit hard, and you felt like you were being pushed back a few steps, but you hung in there and you still gave it your best. And for some of you, it was just a bit too much and you gave up, you threw in the towel. Just like that, you're about to begin to open a new chapter. And some of you will look back at this saying, I know I will always do my best. And some of you will look back at this time saying, I know I'm going to try harder. The bottom line is, it is all up to you. It is all in your hands. Just like that. Good luck, 8th grade. I wish you all the best as you're moving on to high school.